First, we have Deb Gilbert. Deb is a basketball player herself and has earned such honors as becoming the first woman in the state of Colorado to have her basketball jersey retired from Adams State University, as well as being inducted into the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Hall of Fame. In 2004, on April 14th, Deb will celebrate her 8-year Survivor anniversary. Next, we have Kirsten Fitzgibbons. Kirsten was diagnosed in 2012 with breast cancer, and as of December 26, 2015, has been cancer-free for 2 years. She thanks her family, friends, her fiancé and his family, and most importantly, her children who are here today. Thank you for being my rock, taking care of me and each other. You are my heroes. Next up, we have Rita Dillingham. Diagnosed in 2008 with stage 3 breast cancer. She's thankful for her wonderful family, so happy to be a survivor because of them. She also advises others about breast cancer awareness in hopes of finding a cure. Next up, we have Yvette Taylor. She owes her strength and support to get through this experience to her faith, hope, and trust in God, who is the ultimate healer, and his faithfulness to his word. She would like to say thank you for the awesome love, support, and prayers of her family, church family, and friends, as well as a big thank you to the great team of medical personnel who helped her during her diagnosis and treatment. Next up, we have Rhonda Coverston. At 34, Rhonda was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer and underwent 6 months of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of radiation. 6 years later, she is still cancer-free. She celebrates with her mom and sister, who are all breast cancer survivors. She would like to thank her family for their support during her journey. Next up, we welcome Linda Von Felt. Diagnosed in 2012 after a routine mammogram with invasive ductal carcinoma, stage 1 in grade 1. Next up, we welcome Anna Jimenez. She would like to take the time to thank her family and friends for helping her during a very tough time. Next up, we welcome Shelly Erb. After a questionable mammogram and multiple biopsies in 2003, Shelly received a confirmed diagnosis of DCIS in 2004. Next up, we welcome Tammy Christensen. Tammy Christensen is an example of a life-changing experience that reminds us all that cancer can happen to anyone. Next up, we welcome Rich Fiorella. Rich was diagnosed with stage 2B cancer that has also moved into affecting 3 lymph nodes. Now, 6 months after his treatment, he is really grateful that he can be called a survivor. Next up, we welcome Laura Lingle. Laura is a 3rd-generation survivor thanks to her mom. She says if it wasn't for her mother insisting on her getting a mammogram, she would not be here today. Next up, we welcome Karen Hodge. Karen Hodge is an 8-year breast cancer survivor. Next up, we welcome Michelle Marks. Michelle is a 2-time 15-year survivor. Her nephew is a sophomore computer engineering student at DU, and she is very thankful for her family and friends who have been there to help and support her. Next up, we have Barb Jones, a 16-year survivor. She was diagnosed as stage 2 with a 3-centimeter tumor and had a modified radical mastectomy followed by reconstruction. Barb and her son have volunteered with the Race for the Cure since 2000. She is also a home real estate business, works full-time as a paralegal, and loves Zumba, Frisbee, golf, and reading. Next up, we have Margot Bant, an 11-year survivor. She was diligent about annual mammograms for 19 years, starting at age 40. Despite not having a family history, but the 20th year showed an early stage cancer. She believes her cancer was found early because of annual mammograms. An early stage cancer is a whole lot easier to deal with than later stages. And next up, we have Peg Hazlett. She actually volunteers on the educational committee and says it gives her the opportunity to put her fears and challenges and taking action and doing all she can to help find a cure. Fans, please give a big round of applause for the survivors and their families. Thank you for sharing your stories with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to honor over 30 years of Denver basketball history and welcome back our Pioneer alumni.